Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, Ken. We up here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to Jerry College Field. We are on a new perch, and we got to stay illiterate, right? Because we use the Dammer deck for football.
Yes.
But this is Rob Chavez and the Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin joining you live from
Peyton's Purse, the newly named
Peyton's Purse. We coined it.
That's right. So we got to put that on a shirt, do something, make it a hashtag, do whatever you got to do. But if you are joining us, you are on our YouTube page for Bakersfield College Athletics live as we bring you Bakersfield College Renegades baseball as they take on the visiting College of the Canyons Cougars. And the Renegades are looking to improve their record, go 2 games above 500, and finish the sweep of the Cougars as they got wins earlier this week right here at Jerry College Field on Tuesday. Then they went down to Santa Clarita and got a big W on over there against the Cougars. Even though they staved off a comeback from the Cougars, they were up big going into the 8th inning. Cougars decided to put up 5 in that 8th, but the Renegades pitchers were able to shut it down, including a save by the saves leader, the diminutive 5'7", number 41, Caleb Pinedo, who shut it down at the end of the game that day. So we're looking forward to some good baseball. Starting up at the mound today is number 34, the Miramonte product, Aiden English.
Yeah, I mean, and I saw you interacting with some of the guys during pregame. They're excited for him to get his opportunity today.
Yeah, so we're going to see, and we've got a lot of local products, obviously, on the Bakersfield side. In fact, pretty much the entire roster, save a couple of players, are from right here in Kern County. But there's a Kern County player batting 5th tonight for the Cougars, and that's Andrew Sherrill from Taft High. So we're going to get started, and our game is underway as Aiden English starts the game with ball number 1. And before the game, Kenny, we had a chance to have a fantastic pregame show.
It might have been one of the best pregame shows I've ever been a part of, especially from a dollars amount. We had about $300 million in our pregame show.
And considering what contracts were like back in the 60s, I think Colby was about 95% of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Exactly. Hey, but the big heart that Kobe has, I'm sure he spread the wealth amongst his fellow Renegade legends.
Oh, yeah, he definitely is able to take care of some people around here, for sure. So we got a 1-1 count after a foul ball. Now we've got a ground ball hit over to third. It's going to be an easy 5-3 right there, so we get the out as our third baseman for the Renegades is able to take care of that. We'll get you some names right now as I got my roster. That was just snuck away from me just here for a second. But, yeah, we had some good guests in the pregame show. You did talk about our former major leaguers, and we do got a former major leaguer right over here in George Culver that's at the snack bar getting himself something to eat. But he's out here signing autographs in his book as we got an 0-1 pitch from Aiden English. Get a swing and a miss, and now we've got an 0-2 count with 1 out.
Nice stuff from English so far. He's already earned 1 out. But getting back to the legendary big brother of ours, George Culver, how lucky are we to have someone with all of his information and knowledge at our disposal? I mean, 100%. He could be anywhere, and he chose to come spend the morning with us. Gotta love it.
So we talked a little bit about how local the roster is for the Renegades, but right now we've got Jung-Jun Lee out of Korea who strikes out swinging against Aiden English. English is able to notch his first strikeout of the game. And you're going to see a lot of different cities that are coming out of the Canyons roster here. And now we've got Jose Mariano, who has been the absolute moneymaker here for this Cougars offense, batting .408 with a .728 slugging percentage. He swings and fouls off the first pitch that is offered by Aiden English.
And the Cougars are coming off a good month compared to how they started the season.
Yes.
They've been pretty balanced over the last 7 games.
Mariano. English delivers the pitch. Ball is called inside. It's got 1-1 count. Mariano out of Valencia High down in Santa Clarita, the local product, 6'1", 215. And he's starting over at first base today, as is customary so far this year, as English's pitch is once again in the dirt. Ball number 2. Aiden English is we got a chance to talk to Coach Townsend before the game. English out of Miramonte had put on some muscle over the offseason. He's finally coming around into his own as his pitch is outside and ball number 3. It looks like they're kind of staying away from Mariano.
Yeah, I barely recognized our young pitcher as we entered the stadium. It's looking like he bulked up a bit.
Yeah, he did. He wasn't a scratch over 200 pounds, but he's always been a big, tall kid. His pitch is inside as he challenges Mariano in the inside part of the plate.
Now, Renegade Rob, you know, we reflected on past Renegade experiences. We'll get to your experience as a Renegade baseball player today.
Full count, 2 outs. Pitch is called, strike 3, and Aiden English is able to get rid of this top of the lineup for the Cougars. No ball, no runners, no hits. Perfect inning for Aiden English, and we're going to take a quick timeout here as we go to the bottom of the first. No score. Renegades are coming up.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union, because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits. Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union, because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
Bottom of the second here, excuse me, bottom of the first here at Jerry College Field. And we're going to get a chance to see this Renegade lineup led off by the starting center fielder, Jordan Brito. Brito, the freshman out of Ridgeview High. You're going to see a few Ridgeview products in this lineup and on this roster. He's got a good program out there.
Shout out to the Wolfpack.
Talk a little bit about the Wolfpack here as we got call for strike on the outside corner.
Looked a little bit outside to me. I'm standing right on that outside line. It's giving him a big plate to work with.
Brito digs in.
Same
call
spot.
Strike 2. Yeah, like you said, same spot. Brito coming from that Ridgeview program that was coached for long time by Coach Hunsucker out there. He finally hung it up and is giving it off to Coach Shahan this year. As he got a foul ball. It's
somebody's car.
Yeah. This is
that's
where
the first one.
This is where you learn not to park too close when you come here to Jerry College Field.
Yeah,
you know, it's not like the major league fields where they got netting that goes all the way down to the outfield.
Oh, that was a nice dinger too.
Oof.
Hey, but we like to send people off with a little memorabilia. We're passing out jerseys. We also give a few dents away.
Well, yeah, dents for sure, because you're not going to go away with a baseball. Coach Townsend sends all of his kids out there, all of his players that are on the bench, to go out and fetch all those baseballs. They are at a premium. They cost $9 each these days.
That is insane.
Yeah, so here we go, 0-2 pitch. And a nice pitch, a nice hit by Jordan Brito, getting it over to the right field, just trying to stay inside the ball. And I can tell you what, you know, the pitcher up there for the Cougars, Stanchvey, he's probably going to want that pitch back. 0-2, it's a cardinal sin right there for a pitcher to be able to give up a base hit right there to your leadoff guy when you had him 0-2. So
absolutely, and he went opposite field.
That's right.
Caught him off. So
now we got Nick Martin. Starting second baseman for the Renegades, Brito, gets back safely to first off the pickoff attempt. Martin out of Liberty High. Part of that crew that won a section championship last year, nearly won a, they actually won a state championship as well too last year. So again, this is going back to what we were talking about in the pregame show, is we got the 1-2 pitch, ball outside and up. Just goes to show you that even the team from the, best team in the section and a state champion, you got a starter in Nick Martin that comes right here and stays in his own backyard to hone his craft.
I mean, and that's exactly the point we made. Guys underestimate the value of coming up here on the hill.
And it looks like Jordan Brito gets thrown out. Got a little bit of a late start, and that erases that great 0-2 base hit that he poked out there. So
yeah, in Brito, when he took off, it's almost like the 100-meter start when you're leaving from that first base. You want to stay focused, head down. Looked like he brought his head up a little bit early.
And right there, that's what drives coaches nuts right there, is when you get a kid thrown out at second base and immediately the next pitch is a base hit. Would have had 2 runners on with nobody out. Instead, we got a runner at first with 1 out. But no worries, because we got Isaac Torres that's coming up here today. The sophomore out of Independence High.
He's been on fire, partner.
Incredible. He's got a 992 OPS so far, batting .358.
23 ribbies already.
And 3 bombs. So, Isaac's going up there swinging a hot stick, and right behind him is Liam O'Reilly. We'll talk a little bit about Liam when he comes up, as Isaac swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. 1 out, got a runner on first. Bottom of the first inning.
We got another one.
Heads up out there.
One of my favorite things about being in this environment too, Renegade Rob, is seeing some of our local high school coaches come in the building. As I spot some of my driller coaches.
That's right. We got Mario out here. You see Garza?
No, I don't see Garza. I see a couple of our assistants, though.
Again, talking about.
All right. We definitely got one this time.
We got that hit the tree. The tree softened the blow. So we got now an 0-2 count as Torres fouls another one off. Here, a beautiful Jerry Collis field.
Man, how about Coach Collis's love that he got in the pregame?
Absolutely.
So much information that we learn every time we go on the air. You have Coach Collis's players in Sawyer and Culver talk about his impact. My funnest moment was hearing him have baseball players run football routes to warm up.
That's right, as we got Torres that pops it straight up into the air. First baseman Mariano comes on to be able to record the second out of the bottom of the first inning, and now we got Liam O'Reilly stepping up in the cleanup spot. And yeah, Coach Collis, I mean, again, we talked about somebody being retired but who never stopped coaching. That was all the way into his 90s when he would still come around and talk about football. Got a call strike 1 here against O'Reilly. You got Coach Steve Martinez, Haas over there coaching third base today. He wasn't available on Tuesday, so you had Coach Townsend over there.
O'Reilly's had a hot bat as well, partner.
Yes, he has. One of the things that Steve Lynch and I were talking about on Tuesday, I had a chance to come up here and take in some of the game, was that it's been a while since we've had a bopper here at BC that's been able to put out multiple home runs here in Bakersfield at home. It's kind of a big park here for a junior college field. I mean, we're 380 straight away, but both lines over here are 340, and he's been able to have a couple of home runs here at home. So we're going to see on this kind of warm day if he can get something up in the air as he fouls it off. We were hitting and running right there in that situation.
Glad you said that, Renegade Rob. Quick question. In terms of walls, we know the green wall, the infamous green wall in Boston, right? If you had a stadium that you can play in to hit out of, which stadium would that be?
I mean, if it was hitting, I mean, we're talking Colorado. It's up in the altitude, and you get the ball up there. As we got O'Reilly sends it up into the gap.
Did I speak one?
This is going to be off the fence. This is definitely going to drive in a run as Liam O'Reilly's got a stand-up double off the fence that scores a run, and the Renegades have an early lead here in this first inning.
I told you his bat was hot, guys. 18 ribbies and 3 homers already, and he comes out smoking. Great job. Oh, O'Reilly.
Off the fence. Yeah, the first baseman, I mean, again, with the OPS of 820, you're thinking, okay, Liam, I think what it was is that he's been a little jealous of Isaac Torres' slugging percentage. He's like, I'm going to get up there too. And now we got a loose ball here. It's going to be a pass ball on the catcher. So now we got Liam O'Reilly over at third base, 90 feet away from making this a 2-0 ball game.
Man.
And now we've got the catcher, Ben Oliot.
In true coach's essence, I'm frustrated because we should have 2 runs right now.
Yeah, exactly, and that'll mess with you as Oliot ends up grounding out over to second. That'll end the inning, but not before Liam O'Reilly drops the hammer, puts one off the fence, and gets us an early lead as we head into the second inning. Renegades up 1-0. We'll be right back here on GoGays.com.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
All right. Top of the second, 1-0 Renegades, as we're going to get the 4, 5, 6 batters here for the Cougars. Starting off with Frankie Malagon, the catcher out of Glendale. As Aiden English's first pitch is sent to center field, Brito tracking. He's going to be able to get under it and record the first out on one pitch. And again, even though, Coach Townsend might have gotten another gray hair there with getting Brito thrown out at second, having one pitch and one out will get you another dark hair instead.
Right. Now, I think that's one of the things I love most about baseball is if you continue that focus as you're on the journey, you can work your way back into a contest after a mistake.
Yeah, that's right. And Aiden English, familiar right here with Andrew Sherrill. Andrew Sherrill, the product out of Taft High. Miramonte and Taft had a couple of games in their time against each other as Andrew Sherrill goes to 1-1 as he takes the second pitch for a strike. Sherrill, I can tell you what, another guy who's put on some college weight. Oh, and whoa. English right there threw it about 52 feet. The plate is 60 feet and 6 inches away from the pitcher's mound. He was about a good 8 feet short on there. I don't know if you remember a gentleman by the name of Kevin Cooper, Kenny.
I do.
Coach Coop used to always say when we coached together, "Hey, man, you want me to get you a cutoff man?" As we got a ball in, another strike right there. So English gets right up there, not wasting any time. He's got 2-2 count on Andrew Sherrill. The pitch called, strike 3. English has strikeout number 3 on the day, and Sherrill walks off in disarray right there. I don't know exactly what he was looking for, but he wasn't looking for that, and that's why that was strike 3. And now we've got Hawkes coming up.
Hey, well, Renegade Rob, one of the things I love most about kids who leave the county to go to other schools is watching them come here and strike out.
Yeah, that's right. Just like a guy fumbling up there
exactly.
on
I'm going to bring that love right to Peyton's Perch as well.
That's right.
I'm sorry, Andrew Sherrill. You should have came over here.
I know we got the Sherrill crew over here underneath this awning that we've got on this side of on our left. So we've got Evan Hawkes coming up, the 6'1", 185 sophomore out of Valencia High. Hawkes is the DH today. Steps in there. The 0-1 count. Called strike 2. And I'll tell you what, Aiden English is looking every bit of the starting pitcher that Coach Townsend was telling me about at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, very impressed with English so far through a couple of innings. He's controlling his area, and you see even when they get contact, they're all going the same way, foul.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do as a pitcher. You're trying to be able to get weak contact, still pitching to contact, but weak contact, as we got the call, swung and a miss. Strike 3, Aiden English, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings, and he is in 100% command as we head to the bottom of the second with the Renegades up 1-0.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
All right, we are at the bottom of the second here at Jerry Collis Field. Renegades up 1-0 over the College of the Canyons Cougars. As now we've got number 6, Luke Mann, leading off this second inning for the Renegades. Luke, another section champion out of Bakersfield Christian, as he takes the first pitch for a called strike. The freshman 5'8", 170 for Coach Radican last season. Had a fantastic season. Had a couple of different looks at places, but again, as we've been highlighting all day, it's going to be the theme of today, Kenny, is that these guys stayed local.
Right. I mean, and that's the beauty of the amazing show that you helped produce today. I'm going to go ahead and say that. is we have so much potential in untapped beauty that we need to continue to highlight. Like, this is an amazing day, and it's just getting started.
That's right. And you say amazing day, and the weather couldn't have been any better, too. She got pitch is going to be sent into center field. That's going to be brought down for the first out of the inning as Song is able to haul it in for the Cougars. 1 out, and now we've got number 12, Trent Hernandez, for the Renegades coming up out of Centennial High, the 6-foot sophomore. he's been kind of platooning in and out over at that first base position. Today, O'Reilly is DHing. O'Reilly's also been on the mound, got a win on Thursday. So not only has he been doing really well at the dish, but was able to get the win in Santa Clarita a couple of days ago. It's a foul ball, evens the count at 1-1.
How about the turnout for the youth? They got these beautiful jerseys on.
Oh yeah,
this is special.
And this is just the beginning. So we've got a doubleheader for softball coming up. We've got a foul ball sent into the parking lot. Actually, it stayed in.
Stayed in.
All right, saves another window out there.
We need a window sponsor for baseball.
That's right. We really do. And the sound effect, the broken glass sound effect. So we've got a swing and a miss for Hernandez, and that'll be 2 quick outs. So Stanchvey, after having a rough time with the first 4 batters for the Renegades, is kind of settling in here just a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely is settling in, partner. You can see a calmness come over him in the last couple of pitches. Got to find a way to break that rhythm as a batter and make him earn it.
Now we've got Hudson Reynolds able to ground it out over to shortstop. So quick inning for Stanchvey. And before we even had a chance to call out the Bakersfield driller over there, Reynolds sees 1 pitch, 1 out, and then the Cougars get out in 7 pitches, and we're going to head to the top of the 3rd. Renegades still up 1-0. All right, we are in the top of the 3rd inning. Moving along pretty quickly here, Kenny, as we've got a 1-0 lead for the Renegades. And Aiden English has done nothing but shut down the first 6 batters for the Cougars with 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. And he delivers the first pitch of the inning. It's going to be popped up into the infield. Reynolds looks like he's going to come off and call him off. And I can tell you what, that is what the shortstop is able to do, captain of the infield. He's going to call off the third baseman every time on that.
Yeah, but again, you love the control that English has. He's pitching where he wants guys to go. Even when they get contact, I don't know if we've seen a ball go past midfield.
Yeah,
everything's on the third baseline.
The one fly ball into the outfield, and otherwise, that's it. Like you said, it's a perfect observation. He is inducing weak contact, and he gets the first pitch over for a strike. Tries to challenge him on the second pitch, but is called ball 1. Even count here. And this is Isaiah Dominguez for the Cougars. And again, another short pitch right there. And whatever that pitch is right there, English does not have it, because that one went about a little bit further, maybe 57 feet this time. Isaiah Dominguez out of San Fernando High, the 5'10" sophomore. He looks at ball 3. So English has only had a 3-ball count one time today. He was able to get out of that. And so we'll see if he's going to be able to challenge Dominguez here. Dominguez, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. And he does, goes on the inside and works this count full. So the Cougars do have quite a few people from around the area of Santa Clarita as well, too. San Fernando, not too far away from Santa Clarita. And we've got our first base runner of the day for the Cougars as Dominguez is able to induce a walk here. And it's one of those things where, as a coach, you're going to bring English in and say, hey, you remember you just walked the number 8 hitter after absolutely commanding the first 7 batters of the game.
Gotta love it because it's still early. You're finding a rhythm. The weather's kind of inconsistent. It gets breezy and then it gets sunny. That can affect your rhythm too as a pitcher.
That's right. English starts with the ball up, so we got 1-0. This is Hunter Isong. Isong out of Chaminade High in West Hills, California. 5'10" sophomore. The center fielder for the Cougars, excuse me. And, we were talking a little bit about in the pregame about the legacy of Coach Payton. Payton up here.
Coach P.
Coach P, 26 years at the helm. Pickoff attempt. And Dominguez is back in safe. But Chris Cota for the Cougars, the head coach who's over there in the third base box, is now in his 25th season here for Canyons, his 24th as the head coach. So very similar resume for Cota because he was also a Cougar back in the day, played 4 seasons of minor league baseball before he came back and started coaching in the program, and he's been here ever since.
And in the past, when I would talk to Coach Payton, it wasn't just about what he was doing with his guys here. It was about the camaraderie that he had even with opponents and coaches. We reflected on one of the coaches that coached at Orange Coast College that was in the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash a few years back, and how close they were when that happened. It's a beautiful experience at this level because a lot of those guys have molded some amazing men in this conference.
So Isong, or Isang, I believe is what we're calling it, Isang, fouls it off. It's a 3-2 count, and English has fallen behind on the 8 and 9 batters here in this lineup. So something that hopefully he'll correct as he goes along. But, yeah, you even said it. They mold good men, and from all accounts, these guys are fantastic men. As we had a foul ball.
I almost caught that.
Almost had that, man. You should have brought your glove,
almost had that.
You would have been like Rodney Pete. Did you see Rodney Pete out in Tokyo? Caught a foul ball.
Are you serious?
Took it away from Max Muncy. He was out there in the crowd with his wife, Holly Robinson.
So,
right.
Fun fact, I was actually a sponsor for one of Holly Robinson and Rodney Pete's events.
Oh, right on.
For our adult beverage.
Holly Rob. Yeah, so I listen to LA radio, some podcasts and stuff like that. Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith have a show on about 3 o'clock, but they come on after Rodney Pete does his show, and Rodney had announced that he was going to be out in Tokyo, and they kind of give people a hard time about, oh, you're going to take some time off, go out on vacation and whatnot. Well, he went out there, and lo and behold,
got him one.
He got him a foul ball, and he went viral. He went everywhere. But again, what he went viral for too was the fact that not only was he a Heisman finalist as a quarterback for USC as a foul ball back into the screen from Isang. Isang's now going to work this 9th pitch against English. But Rodney Pete was also a starting third baseman for the Trojans.
Wow,
so
much history.
I mean, you talk about guys like Charlie Ward, who's two-sport athlete, Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker, track star. But I mean, Rodney Pete made a name for himself as we got pitch hits Isang. And Dominguez was actually on the run, and right there, English was not even holding on. Isang didn't even look like he was considering him. Dominguez had
wasn't holding the runner.
He had like a jumping head start, and so Coach Townsend is going to take a mound visit out there because, again, like I was telling you, as a coach, you're thinking, okay, you mowed through 7 batters handily, and you get your 8-9 hitter come up. You walk the 8-hitter. You hit the 9-hitter after giving him 9 pitches.
Right.
And you just go out there and you say, hey, do you forget that you had some commanding stuff in the first 2 innings? How about we get back to doing that?
Yeah, and that's why I was wondering if the weather comes into play with that consistency. Because, I mean, I know for us as football guys, that weather change, a few different degrees, you're dropping something that you're usually catching.
Yeah, a little bit. And you know, when as a pitcher, I tell people all the time, I love pitching the heat. I mean, I grew up here in Bakersfield. We both did. We know those 105-degree summers.
Right.
You know, I'd rather pitch in 105 compared to 55.
Right.
All day long. I'm warm.
Yeah.
I'm warm. I stay warm. Not to mention, those guys are miserable. They're out there in the heat. I got the ball.
Right.
Oh! And looks like he got him again.
He did.
Now Alex
2 in a row.
Alex Freund is going to go down to first. Now we got bases loaded, 1 out. And, you know, the encouraging thing about baseball, and hopefully Ben Uliat's talking to him, the catcher, saying, hey, look, we're 1 pitch away. You get a ground ball right here. We get a double play. We're out of here. No damage done, really. We just got to get out of here without them scoring a run. But on the other side, the Cougars thinking, okay, we got 1 out. We got a runner at third. We got to at least tie this ball game.
And one thing Friend did, I wish we had replay, he crowded the plate.
Yes, he did.
To force English to try to throw something a little more away.
100%.
But he came inside anyway. Let's see if we can make up for it.
So now we got a quick 0-2 count on Jung-Joon Lee. Lee, the left fielder out of Korea.
We talked about him in pregame as well. You know, you think you can't get to the next level playing junior college baseball. You think he came all the way from South Korea to play at Canyons thinking he didn't have a shot? And that one's going to go all the way down the alley.
Yeah, you're not going to be traveling 6,000 miles to sit the bench. So we got Lee digs in for an 0-2 pitch. English goes upstairs, and again, good. This is going to be down the line. This is going to score a couple of runs, if not 3.
Man. They're
going to send Isang, so this is going to be a bases-clearing double. And again, I got a tap on the back from our producer, Julian Wilson, because that was an 0-2 pitch. Wow. And we talked about the cardinal sin of pitching, and that's giving up a base hit with an 0-2 pitch, especially a bases-clearing double. You cannot have that. And before the game had started, I visited the dugout and talked to Coach Townsend, and he was just telling me, we're doing what we got to do, but we just got to do what we can up on the mound. And English did a really good job of starting this game off. He was well in command, but as soon as he got that first out in this inning, it seems like he's had some control issues. As we got the first pitch on Mariano, and that is a strike. Mariano, again, is ranked in the top 5 in a lot of major categories throughout the state. 728 slugging percentage is way up there. As Mariano now sees a breaking pitch up. Call for a ball, 1-1 count. Ace is wild up there on the scoreboard.
I like the confidence that Coach Townsend is having in English and giving him an opportunity. You want to make sure you focus forward because this is one of those periods of time where, as you said, you're trying to get past 400 or 500, I should say.
Yeah, and then Canyons are trying to turn their season around. They're 9-17 coming into today. Traditionally, they are a very good program, but they have dropped some lately.
Yeah, again, we talked about it.
And now we got a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Jose Mariano. And that's, again, a big thing for Aiden English. It's something that you got to be able to remind your guy. Is you've got a guy in Jose Mariano up there who's leading or who's in the top 5 in the state in a lot of major categories. You struck him out twice, yet you've given up 3 runs to this offense who only has 1 hit, and that was that bases clearing double to Jung-Joon Lee. I mean, you've got the ability, Aiden, to be able to control this lineup. Just go out there and pitch a game.
And that's a confidence builder for you after you get one of those guys back to the dugout. Let's see if he can continue it. Oh, and he goes right back inside. But notice how those Canyons Cougars not being afraid, crowding that plate, making it tough on them.
Yeah, and again, as a pitcher, you see a guy crowding the plate like that, you just got to be able to make sure that you're still asserting yourself on the inside part of the plate and not giving up something that they can turn on. As we've got a 2-0 pitch from English. It's going to be grounded to Reynolds. Reynolds with a nice play. It was not able to control it, so that's going to go as a base hit right there, I'd assume. I don't think that's going to be an error.
After the drop?
Yeah, they're going to give that one a hit.
Okay.
So now you've got Andrew Sherrill, the Taft product, coming up. Runners on first and third with 2 outs. And again, English is just looking to be able to get weak contact to be able to get this third out. Sherrill, I had a chance to coach against Andrew myself as a head coach at East High, and he hit a home run that I don't know if it's landed yet. And a great pick over there at third. There's going to be a wide throw. And so that one most likely is going to be ruled an error right there for the Renegades.
And young third baseman, as you see him come up and make the catch, he has the intentions of going to first on the run, but if you stop and set your feet,
right,
you make the throw and you still get that out.
Yeah, there's something that we used to call up here at BC is when you're a pitcher and you're telling your infielders, you got to know your runner. And Andrew Sherrill's got a big bat, not necessarily the fleetest of foot over there.
Right.
So you've got time to be able to set your feet, like you were saying, Kenny, be able to make a good throw. It's just an unforced error right there. Error number 1 of the game, as we've got a ball hit out to left field. It's going to be right at the left fielder, Luke Mann, and we're going to get out of this inning. But not before the Cougars put up a 4 spot. Crooked numbers are not good for this pitching staff, and hopefully Aiden English is going to get some help from his offense as we head to the bottom of the third, 4-1 Cougars.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
Bottom of the third here from Jerry Collins Field at beautiful Bakersfield College. Renegades down 4-1 against the Canyons Cougars. And we've got Dodgy Salcido up, starting third baseman today. Lays down the bunt. It's going to be right back to Stanchvey. Stanchvey is going to come up and get the out. And I tell you, there's nobody I'd rather I would not want to be Dodgy Salcido right now. Makes an error and it comes and bunts the ball right back to the pitcher. So you know, when guys like that did that, usually they would stay on the other side of the dugout from Coach Payton, and and I hope Dodgy found himself a comfortable spot over there at the end of the dugout. As we've got Jordan Brito up with 1 out.
Well, hey, Renegade Rob, I will say Dodgy got some wheels, man.
Yeah, he does. He's fast.
There.
He's fast. Definitely got to work on some things when it comes to the plate. But, you know, there's been a kind of a platoon over there at third base. I know that Coach Ryan Morales, or excuse me, Coach Robert Morales here, who's in attendance in that Dodger hat, down there. His son, Ryan Morales, played for Highland. Got the win the other day on Tuesday. His son has become a pitcher only, was a third baseman and a shortstop last year for Coach Townsend, but is converted over to becoming a pitcher only. Pitched 6 innings the other day. And wish we'd have had a guy like Ryan Morales as well, too, still playing third. But these guys make their changes throughout their careers and change it up, maybe move from one position to the next, become a pitcher only, or come out of the bullpen and start hitting.
As a former coach, I always felt like it was essential for players to have an opportunity to play other positions, as it helps them develop and understand how to be good against those positions as well.
And so Brito walks to get on, first base runner of the inning for the Renegades. So now Nick Martin stepping up. Again, in the same situation here. Brito got thrown out at second. Now we got a bunt laid down. Nice. Sherrill's going to come up, and he's going to make that play, but moves the runner over. So now we got runner in scoring position for the Boppers here in this lineup.
You got to love it. Sacrifice bunt.
And so now Torres comes up.
2-3 game.
That's right. You always, definitely always looking for the number 23.
Come on, man. I'm going to get my walls redone, and I'm going to make sure and add some of our former Renegades. Thank you, Todd, as one of our specialists. And Mr. Hanson comes up to help us out on the deck. Peyton's Perch, as we call it.
Peyton's Perch. How do you like that one, Todd?
I'm going to have to call Coach Pete later on and let him know Renegade Rob came up with that, see if we can get that coin. Then we might see if we can get Coach to help us get a plaque put on there. That'd be nice. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Torres fouls it off into the parking lot this time. As you're starting to see some softball players showing up. Kenny, we got softball here in a couple of hours.
You know, I've had some amazing days here at Gary College Field, but, you know, with the pregame show today, seeing these kids here today, knowing what we have coming with softball later on this evening, this might be one of the best days in this environment in a long
It's awesome.
time.
Packed house as well, too. So we got Deuces Wild here for Torres. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second, and Torres takes it right down the middle, called strike 3. And that gets the Cougars out of the inning. We head to the 4th inning with the Cougars leading 4-1.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
All right, we're in the top of the 4th inning here at Jerry College Field. Rob Chavez alongside the Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin, as the Cougars have a 4-1 lead after they put up a 4 spot in the 3rd inning. English Comes off and he fires. And I'll tell you what, Kenny, that might have had the most velocity on any pitch I've seen today. I think he was just amped up, ready to get up and forget about that inning.
Right. I heard the impact as I was looking at you. That's how you know. That's how you know a pitcher's getting frustrated, when you start to hear that snap in the back of that glove.
Mm-hmm. As he gets the count even 1-1 off that foul ball right there by Reed Farrell.
Hey, my favorite statement of this morning's pregame show. Hey, I just started learning how to throw hard. Kobe Lewis.
Yeah, that's right. Call strike 2 right there. So English 1 pitch away from possibly notching his 5th strikeout of the game. He's got a foul ball. And I tell you what, this is what I like seeing about English. I know he's hit a couple of guys today so far, but he's still challenging batters on the inside part of the plate. Like you said, they're hugging that line. If you see that Nike swoosh, is pretty close to that batter's box.
Yeah, and that's the catch-22. You're going to hit some players when you're taking that aggressive stance and going inside. Todd, I know you played some baseball in your day. How did you feel battling guys when you're hugging the plate like that?
When I was hitting?
Yeah.
I just hit it out of the park.
That's spoken like a true El Camino legend.
Aviation High.
Aviation High.
Rest in peace, Aviation High.
Man, that is so sad, man.
Yeah, Paul Westfall, another Aviation High guy.
Fun fact, when I was in Phoenix playing and having my time as a pro, I actually met Coach Westfall on the golf course.
God rest his soul. Oh, and then we got a drive out in the left field. This one's going to get over the head of Luke Mann. It's going to go off the bottom of the wall. So we've got a leadoff double for the Cougars here in this top of the 4th inning.
And Mann seemed out of position to me right there, partner.
You're playing a little bit up.
You're playing a little bit up. We know that things have been going to left field. You got to try to adjust when you know where your pitcher's pitching.
Yeah, typically the thought process on that as a coach, if you're positioning guys, is that, you know, you're there in that part of the lineup. You know, the seven spot in the lineup. The guy didn't really give you a whole lot of trouble in the last time you got him to fly out. And the thought is, you got nobody on. I want to have him challenge to hit it over my head.
Yeah.
You know, and just a little bit too far over the middle of the plate for English. And so now we've got Dominguez up, the shortstop for the Cougars. He was hit with a pitch in the first at bat. And now we got a foul ball off to the right, evens the count at 1-1. See a lot of kids running around.
Ants over there.
It's awesome. It's awesome for them to be able to be in the college experience around here. And again, there's more than just one.
Right. And
right?
That's the beauty of the experience. I mean, I remember Hall of Fame night. The first thing I could reflect on was being a kid running around playing in the back of the end zone during games.
That's right.
Same thing for these little guys. We got future Major League Baseball players in Renegades down there chasing shagged flies.
That's right. So we got a 1-2 count after the called third pitch. English delivers. Weak ground ball over to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to come up with it. Throws him out at first. It advances the runner over to third with 1 out. Now you've got the 9 batter for the Cougars.
We see what Reynolds did.
Hunter is saying.
We see what Reynolds did right there as he caught it. That's a great comparison to the error that we had.
Yeah.
Setting your feet and firing is going to get the ball there faster than the finesse.
Yeah, you do what it's textbook right there. You work through the ball and make sure that your feet are moving as you field it, but then you set your feet, give a good throw across the diamond, and you got the easy out. So first pitch, inside and low, ball 1. So Hunter Asang here was hit by a pitch after a 9-pitch at-bat, and that's kind of what you want from the bottom of your lineup. This guy's in the game because he's a heck of a center fielder, not necessarily the big bat up there, but what he's trying to do is move the line here, try to drive in a run here in the 9-hole. Fouls it straight, or excuse me, swing right back to Aiden English. English comes off the mound and is able to throw him out, and so that's the second out. And right there, again, what he's saying is going to go over there and talk to his coach about is that, If I just held up right there, that ball is up. I got a good count in my favor. And all I want to do is be able to get the ball to the right side and score the run. But nevertheless, English was able to get a fortunate out right there, and he's got 2 outs, and the top of the lineup is back up with Friend.
And I'm proud of English for fighting through after that rough inning and getting some ground to get some guys back to the dugout. Shows his perseverance and character. Great job by the young man.
English with a 1-0 count, delivers, ball high, 2-0.
So I've never been a pitcher, but I got to imagine getting rocked feels like giving up a touchdown.
It does. It feels like giving up a touchdown. It feels like getting run over. It feels like all of the above. He's got a ball in the dirt and ball 3. And English looks like he's trying to pitch around Friend and get him to swing and miss. And now he's in the position where he's got to climb all the way back down to the count 3-0.
We'll see what he's made of in these next couple pitches. That's a nice one right there.
There we go on the outside. Friend puts it out there as an attempted bunt. Pulls it back. Strike 1. 3-1 count. Runner on third. 4-1 ball game. Canyon's up. And ball up. And now we've got second walk of the game. The 4th batter surrendered a free base by English. And again, that doesn't do good for your ratio. Usually when you're a pitcher, you want to have a 2-to-1 ratio, strikeouts to walks at this level, possibly even 3-to-1, and that's what gets you to the next level. Now we've got Jung-Joon Lee with that 3-run double in the 3rd inning. That got the lead for the Cougars on an 0-2 pitch and drove it down the line. Ball 1 is inside. 1-0 count with 2 outs.
Got to work through this. Definitely don't want to load these bases up again.
English pickoff attempt.
Keeping them honest.
Yep, Friend is back in safe. Yeah, when you got a 1st and 3rd situation right here, and this is the college level, it's not like club baseball or even high school baseball where it's almost an automatic steal right over here. With 2 outs,
he's going.
Down there, he's going. So now we're going to snap back.
Oh.
He gets hit right in the back. And, again, there's a little learning moment as well, too, for you club baseball players. You guys go back standing up when you go back over to third in that situation. Why? Well, because if you go down diving into that bag, third baseman has a clear opportunity to make a catch and tag you out.
Clear line.
So now 2-0 count.
Oh.
He delivers, and this ball is going to be sent deep and over to left field. And this ball's off the left field wall. Luke Mann comes up with it, throws it in, but not before. 2-run score off of that 2-out double. Jung-Joon Lee is having a career day today with 5 RBI on 2 doubles.
Wow, and again, right back to that same area where some of the hitters may be feeling like you're going to disrespect me and keep walking up.
And now you start to see the bullpen get active over here for Coach Townsend. You got a right-hander in the bullpen getting ready to come in, as the day is not going to be very long for Aiden English. He's just trying to be able to get out and get a fresh inning for his reliever. Got to think that this is going to be the last out for English, maybe even the last batter, as Mariano fouls it off straight back towards us. My son RJ brought his glove, Kenny. He might have to put this one on.
Man, I used to have a high vertical. I could have been able to get that, man. It's the second one right over my head.
So 1-0 count to Mariano. Mariano off the hands, right over to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to come up with it and throw him out, but not before Jung-Joon Lee strikes again. The South Korean has five of the 6 RBIs. 6-1 Cougars as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth. And we're going to get number 44, the DH, Liam O'Reilly, leading off the inning for the Renegades. Renegades are trying to scratch back into this game down 6-1. And this could be one of those games, Kenny, that could have an impact for the rest of the season if they're able to come back and get this W.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pivotal point of the season, too. The spring officially just started, but for the baseball guys, they've been at it for a month or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
we're right in the heart of the season. So Stanchfield out of Valencia High in Santa Clarita works the count to 0-2 against Liam O'Reilly. And again, O'Reilly coming into the game with 3 home runs. Was able to drive in a run earlier today, but he strikes out on the third pitch. And Stanchfield has really settled in since that first inning when he gave up that run. He's really kept the Renegades bats quiet.
Yeah, he's calm. He's not all over the place in the plate. Everything's center mass. He's giving the Renegades opportunities as well, throwing over the plate. There's another one right over the plate, but it's a little high.
A little high, a little up. We got a 1-0 count for catcher Ben Uliat. Uliat, he joined us at the beginning of the season for
Media Day.
Yeah, he was a good interview. I can tell you this. He was all business, man. He said he couldn't wait to be able to get into these games, and he's been training a lot off season.
Ooh.
Got leaner, got meaner, and you know, when you're a catcher, you got to be a great example for the rest of the ball clubs. We got a 2-1 count on Oliat.
Oh yeah, catchers have traditionally been some of the toughest people on the field.
Yeah, they're the linebackers.
Right.
You know, when you want to compare positions, they're the linebacker. They're the center. You know, they're the guys that are the brutes. You know, the ones that are gritty and tough. Is got a ground ball over to the shortstop, comes up with it, high throw, and he looks like he got the tag.
He got the
on
tag
him
on the top
before he got it. It's a great play right there for the shortstop. For the Cougars, Isaiah Dominguez.
Dominguez got some hops over there,
Yeah,
man. He went upstairs to get that.
But not only that, Jose Mariano over there, pretty athletic for himself over at first base, able to climb up, reach for that ball, and come down with the tag. And now we got Luke Mann. Luke's been pretty active over there in left field, Kenny, as you've been alluding to throughout the game. A lot of the Cougars' hits going out his way. And his counterpart, Jung Joon Lee, out there patrolling left field, giving up a lot of space on that line. As ball is hit into right field, and that's going to get down. And this might be a lot of extra bases
that's
here.
Triple.
Definitely going to be a triple. We might, it's going to be a good relay here. Stand-up triple right there for Luke Mann.
Who's the man with the master plan?
I don't know if we'll finish that lyric. But Luke Mann definitely finished up that last 90 feet, cruises in for a triple. And we got a runner in scoring position right here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
So traditionally, one of me and Renegade Rob's favorite things to do is use a line from a song.
Well, we're going hip-hop more normally.
That was
But who's the man? Definitely.
Yeah.
and a cool little movie too. Remember Who's the Man?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So ball 1 in the dirt, 1-0. And now we got one in the gap. Isang is out for the run. He's not going to get to it.
Yes.
This thing splits the gap. And this is going to be a stand-up double right here and an RBI for Trent Hernandez, the first baseman out of Centennial High. And the Renegades are trying to scratch back. They're now down 6-2. And we didn't get a chance to highlight number 11 here, Hunter Reynolds, but the driller shortstop made a couple of great plays so far today. And we're going to have a pitching conference here for the Cougars. Give a chance to go ahead and shout out Mr. Reynolds here.
Yeah, but that last shot, it was perfectly placed.
Oh, 100%.
I'm right here standing at home plate and just watching the angle and trajectory of the ball. I knew that the center fielder wasn't going to be able to chase it down.
No, and again, that's and that right there is a perfect example for any of you young hitters to be able to be in that particular count. All you're trying to be able to do is stay inside the ball and drive it as much as you can. And I tell you, Stanchfield has got a little bit of velocity here. He's throwing in the upper 80s, and you know all you got to do is be able to meet that baseball and put it out there. That ball went about 355 feet.
Great point, because maybe about 90 seconds ago I highlighted how he's keeping everything over the plate and giving them opportunities. You just got to keep that eye level down, and strike. Amazing job.
So Hunter Reynolds, one of the tallest guys on the roster. Usually don't necessarily see those guys playing shortstop, so you got to think of guys like Alex Rodriguez, Cal Ripken, even now Ellie De La Cruz for the Cincinnati Reds. These guys are big dudes patrolling shortstop. Corey Seager as well.
Oh, covering a lot of ground.
Ball outside, 1-1 count. And, yeah, it's one of Mario Garza's guys.
Absolutely, Coach G. Shout out to Coach G.
Another former Renegade.
Yep, former Renegade.
Mario was a year ahead of me.
I have the opportunity of watching them work this past week. They had a tough one against Arvin. Arvin came down and smoked us.
So you got a foul ball straight up, and Cougars catcher is going to be able to get to that one and end the inning. But not before the Renegades were able to put one across, close this lead to a 4-run lead for the Cougars. We're going to head to the top of the 5th inning. Cougars up 6-2. Top of the 5th inning here at Jerry Collins Field. Cougars up 6-2. And, Kenny, we got a guest commentator on right now in the 5th inning. And not too often do you get to hear father-son on the radio, right?
Right, man. I mean, I've watched him be one of the busiest kids in the Kern High School district this year. I mean, in the land this year. All the activities that you do, nephew. I'm proud of you, man. Keep up the great work.
He says, yep. Yeah, it's my son, RJ. He's a freshman over at Highland, playing JV over there for them. And had a chance to come on out here.
Uh-oh. We got another one. Let's see.
So, RJ, how's it feel to be watching some college baseball today?
Oh, and we got the white van for 10 points.
A lot better because there's a lot more action than high school baseball. A lot more swings.
A lot more swings, a lot more strikes. As we got another one down the line and hooking foul, so we got an 0-2 count here. But you tell me, what's the difference? What does it look like here compared to the speed of JV baseball?
I mean, I've seen this speed, but it kind of looks a little slower up here, but I already know it's going to be a lot faster.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit faster for sure once you actually get up onto the field. And you see 88 whizzing by you. As we got an 0-2 count, goes upstairs for ball number 1. It's a new pitcher. Is Frankie Fabian, Kenny, for the Renegades. So, Kenny, you got anything for RJ here?
Well, RJ, one thing I want to tell you, you know, as a former coach and athlete,
strike 3, swing and a
most
miss.
Important reps are the mental reps. Right now, you're getting mental reps by just being present. Being present and consistent is what gets people to the top. You got a lot of kids that are going to be on your journey that think they're great already, and they're not going to show up sometimes. Those are going to be the guys that get left behind as you continue to be consistent and show up and get that mental rep. Even if you're not even playing, right now you're learning by watching the game. That's what I've always told young athletes as I talk to them and remind them that sometimes you don't even get to touch a football or baseball or basketball or the bat. Sometimes it's just about watching the process and learning what you're going to do with the opportunity when you get it. I'm excited for you.
Andrew Sherrill grounds out to Reynolds. And you say that, Kenny, and this guy's not only busy playing baseball, but was also in Santa Clarita yesterday in the area of College of the Canyons. He was down there playing the trumpet for Highland.
Man, that's what I love about him, man. He's a true Renaissance man in the likeness of myself. There's nothing we can't do, RJ.
Right. So Fabian now quickly gets 2 outs out of relief, and had a chance to go to Magic Mountain yesterday too after they performed. So that's why he came home at 9 o'clock and was right to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah, long car ride.
Bus ride and a school bus too. We got another foul ball, and again quickly, Frankie Fabian is working quick here. Ken, he's got an 0-2 count, 2 outs, and he's keeping this this Cougars lineup at bay right here. As we got an 0-2 pitch coming along, and Fabian gets a swing and a miss, strike 3, and he gets out of the inning. Perfect inning for Frankie Fabian, and we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Renegades still down 6-2.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
All right, bottom of the 5th here at Jerry Collins Field. Rob Chavez alongside the Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin.
Wow.
And we got my son RJ on for one more half inning. So, son, here we go. We're down 6-2. And you've got the bottom of the lineup coming up. What usually is somebody like Dodgy Salcido doing in the number 9 hole?
Those strikes.
No. The hitter.
The hitter?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, again, you're down 6-2, and you're the number 9 hitter. What are we trying to do in this situation?
Get the ball in play.
Get the ball in play.
Get the ball in
Exactly.
play,
That's
yes.
what you want to do. Being able to set up for the top of the lineup, which you got Jordan Brito leading off. He's been on base 2 times today. Dodgy last time sacrificed, and that was a called strike on the outside corner. I thought that was off the plate.
Hey, I told you earlier, he's giving them a wide plate from a pitching perspective because he did the same thing on the opposite side. That's a
so
nice
Dodgy gets it out to center field, gives it a ride, and I can tell you what, it's a pretty decent at-bat right there. Gets 3 pitches, 3 outs, or excuse me, 1 out. Now we've got Jordan Brito coming up. What do you think of that bat? What kind? No, that bat. His bat.
His bat?
What bat is that?
Shoot.
That almost looks like a Mako.
No, it's not a Mako. It's a Louisville.
Gotcha. Okay, right up the middle, Brito is going to be scooped up, and a great play over there at shortstop by Isaiah Dominguez. A couple of great plays by Dominguez so far today. 4 pitches and 2 outs, and I can tell you, Evan Stanchfield has really scattered a couple of runs, but he's done a really good job so far today, Kenny.
Absolutely, but that ball was well hit. Just an amazing play.
Yeah.
And that was a perfect example of throwing on the run with control.
Right.
He had a nice line of sight. He's not coming off of his line of sight, and he gets it down the line. That was an amazing play.
Got Nick Martin up. Martin so far today got a base hit, got a run scored, and also been on base a couple of different times. Martin was the first run of the game, driven in by Liam O'Reilly. Ball on the outside, and I can tell you that ball was called a strike just 1 at-bat ago against Jordan Brito. Nonetheless, we got a 2-0 count for Nick Martin. Renegades trying to get another 2-out rally going here as we got a ball up, and now we've got a 3-0 count. This might be the first at-bat in which Stanfield's gone down 3-0 so far today.
Let's see if we can take advantage.
Ball 4 outside. And I'll tell you, I don't know what Stanfield was really kind of thinking in that situation. You got the heart of the lineup coming up for the Renegades, and the last thing you want to do is be able to put runners on base, especially with guys like Torres and O'Reilly coming up, both guys with a combined 6 home runs on the year so far.
You know, I don't know if it's these clouds or what, but the temperature's fluctuating every 30 minutes. You got to wonder if that's affecting the guys on the mound.
Yeah, kind of like an on-off switch. RJ, what would you rather prefer, pitching where it's hot or cold?
As we say it, the sun's coming out.
You'd rather pitch when it's cold?
I don't know. I don't like hot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You must get that. You must get that from your mom's side. I was just talking to Kenny about how I'd rather pitch in 105 than 55. What do you think?
No, not 55.
Yeah, that's cold.
So we got an 0-1 count. Ball outside and down. Stanfield didn't really like that call. He's going to take a couple of seconds to be able to collect himself right over there. So we got a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, Cougars up 6-2. Torres fouls it off, and now we got a 1-2 count. Heads up, little guy. Right behind him over there. So we see a lot of club players here too, RJ. I know you were. We've done the club thing for a little while. We talked about going to Cooperstown a little bit earlier.
I might have to make that trip with y'all. Y'all go to Cooperstown.
Well, we went once, and that's about it. And good job so far, RJ. I'll give you a break for the rest of the game. As we go into the 6th inning, Cougars got a 6-2 lead over the Renegades. We'll join you right after this. All right, here we go into the 6th inning. Cougars with a 6-2 lead, trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the home Renegades here. Rob Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin. We've had a busy day so far. Pre-game show, bunt right back to the box, and the first pitch creates the first out. Frankie Fabian has done a fantastic job so far for the Renegades, coming in relief for the Renegades.
Yeah, let's see if we can carry this momentum through the second half of this contest. We're going to need something special on the defensive end to get our bats back working. A little high, but over the plate for Fabian.
Fabian's done a really good job of being efficient, keeping this pitch count down, being able to, again, induce weak contact just like that. Ball grounded over to Martin. Martin's going to be able to throw him out. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Fabian, and he is rolling as the Cougars can't quite seem to figure him out. Isaiah Dominguez grounds out, now brings up Hunter Asang coming up.
Get them up and get them down is the motto right now.
That's right. So Isang looks at strike 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Excuse me, the 3rd inning, and then flew out.
Oh, that had some nice movement on it right there, because that looked like it was going to hit him as well and curved in. The last second, nice little slider.
Yeah, you get to this level, and breaking pitches look pretty different compared to when they were in high school. His ball's outside, so 2-1 for Fabian.
And talk about the confidence you got to have after you've been hit to stay in there when you see those kind of nasty pitches coming. That's what retired my baseball career, the short-lived one-year baseball career I had. I got hit a couple times.
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
I
That
didn't
don't
show
feel
back up at practice.
That doesn't feel good. Well, now there's a lot of padding. RJ wears an elbow guard. A lot of these guys come up there wearing elbow guards. Yeah, back in our day, 1 batting glove.
Right. If
That was
you
it.
had that.
If you had that, and that's it. As Isang gets a walk here, so Fabian, really kind of the chink in the armor right there, is the number 9 hitter. We've put on the number 9 hitter twice so far today. Now we get the leadoff hitter for the Cougars, Alex Freund. Friend.
His friend.
Friend.
Like friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friend. 2 outs.
For our listeners and viewers, they spell it F-R-E-U-N-D.
So Friend, 0 for 1 so far today. Got on with a walk.
Friends.
Runner goes. Isang is going to have that stolen base right there. Got a really good jump on Fabian. But Isang can also move.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing an excellent job from choosing when to run. No reckless base running here.
No. So we've got an 0-2 count here. Fabian 1 pitch away from getting out of here. And that ball's in the dirt out in front. Good block right there by Ben Oliet. The only problem is that it bounced out into fair territory. Fabian was able to come up and grab that. But 1-2 count.
We talked about the toughness of catchers.
Oh, man.
Hey, let me take this 88 miles an hour
right into
ball to the chest.
Yeah, exactly. In baseball, they call the catcher's gear the tools of ignorance.
Man.
Here we go. Fabian delivers his pitch. It's going to be fouled off into the crowd. And that's Coach UC over there, Coach BJ UC of the Sliders brand over there. Both 14U and 12U. RJ's remembers Coach UC down there. Coach BJ was former Renegade, also shortstop here. I also see Josh Witcher down below us as well too, and that ball is sent out to right field.
Nice.
But a great catch right out there, perfectly positioned, was Isaac Torres, and that puts a bow on the top of the 6th inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades still down 6-2.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades down 6-2, but we got the heart of the lineup coming up right now. Liam O'Reilly, number 44, the DH today. Liam's 1 for 2, got an RBI, had that double, struck out the last time he was up. And Evan Stanchfield comes out there for the 6th inning. Swing and a miss for Liam. And this is where you get to this part of the game where as a coach you're telling your offense, okay, this guy, we've seen this guy a few times now, and he's starting to run out of gas. Let's be able to jump on something as O'Reilly looks at fastball right down the middle of the plate. Not too sure what he was really expecting right there.
Yeah, he looked uncertain. But as you stated, this is the time where you got to get aggressive. Top of the 6th. Can't let too many pitches cross the plate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the sense of urgency really needs to start picking up here for this Renegades offense if they want to get going. You got to be able to get leadoff guy on. It's really important right over here as Liam O'Reilly fouls it off to the left. And again, in this situation where you got a guy like Liam O'Reilly, he's used to being a bopper, what you're trying to do is, yeah, put the ball in play, but more importantly, just get on base.
Right.
Pass the baton. Let's try to get this guy out of here. Stanchfield delivers. His pitch is fouled straight back into the net.
Ooh.
Almost got one of our cross-country guys over there, man. Working photography today, working for Chris Sanchez, our great game manager
Chris,
today. Yeah, Chris Sanchez. Look at him over there, over by the press box, or excuse me, by the snack bar. Got Johnny Rose over there.
Man, Coach Rose.
O'Reilly fouls another one off.
Okay. All right, who we got this time in the parking lot?
Well, Johnny Rose over there with the current high school district, former assistant principal at East High.
He was at
former
East High.
Renegade.
Yep, he was at East High when my siblings were there, helping me deal with them, navigating the process.
That's right. Stanchfield delivers this.
Oh.
Strike 3, swung and miss by O'Reilly. Second strikeout of the game for O'Reilly. 5th for Stanchfield. And now we've got Ben Oliet. Going to be stepping up here. It's a good time for the sophomore team captain and catcher here to be able to get a base knock. And again,
That was a nice pitch.
thanks to the Bakersfield baseball crowd here today. A lot of folks here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon.
All right, even the Canyons faithful.
Yeah, we've got
Came
some
down.
that came up to 5. Some that came down Taft Highway to see Andrew Sherrill.
Right, right.
Called strike 1 on the first pitch, and now we've got a swing and a miss, and quickly 0-2 with 1 out. Excuse me, 1-2 with 1 out.
One of the loudest stands in the fans, my father-in-law's real good friend, childhood friend, EJG. He goes to every Renegade
Yeah.
contest.
We heard.
You'll see him at football, basketball, baseball. He's one of
Not
our
only will you see him, you'll hear him.
traditional fans, and you're going to hear him.
during the starting lineups, he was getting pretty loud.
Oh, he's the definition of Renegade faithful based on his participation and his presence. He's at every game, and he's going to let you know he's in the stands. You might not want to sit by him if you don't like loud people, because he's going to let you hear it.
2-2 pitch to Oliet. Ball down. So Oliet's worked a full count here. Infield playing back, giving themselves plenty of room. 1 out. 6-2 Cougars. Bottom of the 6th. Ball outside, and Oliet's worked a walk here.
Great job, Oliet. And the patience that he had through that at-bat is admirable as well, because when you're down like this, you get hungry and you want to start swinging at stuff you don't see.
That's right. Now you got Luke Mann with an RBI double today. Excuse me, triple.
Yeah, that was a nice triple over the head.
One for 2 on the day. Called for strike. Oliet with a short lead over at first. Stanfield delivers. Bunt down the line. This one's going to stay fair, but he's going to let it go foul. And I tell you what, I thought he was going to touch that a little early, or that might have hopefully hit like a little pebble over there and sent it back fair. Fantastic bunt right there.
Oh, that was a nice bunt. Well played by the pitcher as well, because he had nice discipline to not grab it too early and try to make the throw. Had he grabbed that, that was going to be safe.
So now Mann climbs in there, 0-2. Ball up and in. And Stansfield's learned a little bit from that first inning when he gave up that 0-2 base hit. Was not going to give him anything to really see on that 0-2 pitch there. Ball outside. So now we've worked it to 2-2 with 1 out.
Just saw a very cool thing happen in the stands where you have one fan that had a couple balls, walks up to another family and hands one to the young lady for her to take home as we get that smack.
And right up the middle, I tell you, both the second baseman, Reed Farrell, and Isaiah Dominguez thought that each one of them was going to go with that ground ball up the middle. But nonetheless, Luke Mann is able to go 2 for 3 now with a single right up the middle.
Who's the man with the master plan?
That's right. Now we got Trenton Hernandez stepping up. Hernandez down the line, but just foul.
That's where you want to go, though. I mean, how that third baseman was playing maybe 8 yards inside of the bag. If you can get that screaming up that line, that's going to score a couple runs.
Yeah, and in this situation, you know, typically you're going to want to be able to play for the double play. That's why he's playing off the line there. Try to get out of this inning. So, like you said, if you have an opportunity to send one down the line, why not? As we got a swing and a miss and an 0-2 count right here for Hernandez. 1 out, bottom of the 6-2 Cougars. 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Stanfield with his 6th strikeout of the game, and now you've got the Bakersfield driller, Hunter Reynolds, coming up. Shortstop who's made a couple of great plays so far today. Now we're going to see if Reynolds is able to drive in a run here, keep this inning going.
Let's go, young driller boy. You got your coach watching you.
Ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Nice block right there by Malagon.
Yeah, that was a nice block because if you're too aggressive at second base and try to take that third base, you're going to get thrown out right there. Great play by the catcher.
Frankie Malagon also came in with a hot bat as well. Reynolds takes ball high.
That was high.
And that's considerable considering that he's 6'4". You got to really go up the ladder. You're going to get a ball high on Reynolds. 2-0, 2 outs. Pickoff attempt to second.
Keeping him honest.
Just trying to keep him in. So Hudson, 6'4", 190. Was a young player on that section championship team a few years back for Garza, and he's going to send it out to left. Jung Joon Lee's under it, and he ends the inning right there. As we head to the 7th inning, Renegades are going to still trail 6-2. All right. Top of the 7th, Cougars with a 6-2 lead here at Jerry College Field. Rob Chavez with the Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin.
I still can't believe it.
Well, believe it.
It's real.
Because your name is in the books.
Well, you know, I joke about that, and the reason why I joke about things like that is because I played for some amazing coaches, man. Coach Grider, we haven't even got him in yet.
That's coming.
Like, you know, his name, you know, we talked about the Arvin connection earlier. Congrats to the Grider family and getting Coach Grider's name on the UCLA linebacker room is the Coach Grider, Dallas Grider linebacker room.
No way.
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
Just happened.
He was always a proud Bruin. He loved his UCLA Bruins.
Absolutely.
So when he wasn't wearing his BC red, you'd see him every now and then with a UCLA football shirt.
And again, we talk about the greatness that our coaches never talk about.
That's right.
They didn't talk about their own accomplishments. Like a lot of the things about those great men, I didn't learn until I was adult and done playing.
That's right. Jung Joon Lee up, and he has just been tearing up this Renegades team as he sends that over into the Cougars bullpen. He's been a one-man wrecking crew from Korea. We've talked about him on a couple of different occasions. Has 5 RBI today.
This kid is rocking.
2 doubles.
That was a nice pitch, and that should have been a strike based on where he's been calling everything. Yeah. As our cameraman agrees, we're right on home plate.
Out of Weemoon in South Korea. 2-2 pitch. Hammered in the left field. Luke Mann's got a run, It's going to drift
Oh.
foul. But again, he has just been turning on everything that he is seeing so far today.
Again, for Luke Mann, he's being challenged over there in that area. Had that landed fair, it would have been the third ball to go over his head in that area. So you want to make sure you're gauging where your pitcher is pitching guys to hit to. This kid is special at bat.
Here we go. Fabian's pitch up the middle. Great
Amazing
play
play
by Martin. Martin up off his feet.
Yeah!
And what a play right there, skipping the ball over there. And a nice dig as well over at first base by Trenton Hernandez. Finally gets Jung Joon Lee out.
Man, that was a big-time play at second.
Nick Martin brought his glove to the yard today.
Wow. How about the throw, though, to make the catch? The stop was phenomenal, but to get back up in position to get that on line, amazing play.
So now we've got Jose Mariano up for the Cougars. First pitch was a strike. So now Frankie Fabian working on his third inning so far today. Mariano sends one foul towards the bullpen.
Wow, I'm still buzzing after that play right there. That's a big-time play.
That's how you leave
that's going on to the highlight reel.
That's how you leave your feet right there. Usually you'll hear a da-na-na, da-na-na from Steve Lynch. Ball up, 0-2 pitch. Smart pitch right there for Fabian. So now Mariano steps in there. Pitch is down. Ball 2. Looks like he's got the Jordans on up there at the plate. The ones.
Wow.
Yeah, the Jordan brand is making it to every sport. Mariano swings on a breaking pitch on the inside. Heads up, little guy. Heads up. Oh, man,
he
that
almost
was
ran
close.
right into it, too. You see him rub his
did.
head afterward. It's like, woo.
Man.
He's still scared over there.
Almost got hit. Tell you what, those look like some shorts that he's got on, too, like some South Pole shorts. You know the one I'm talking about. Here we go. Delivers. Mariano straightaway center field right to Jordan Brito. Only's got to take a couple steps back. He's able to haul it in for the second out. And I tell you what, Frankie Fabian has done a commendable job in relief for Aiden English. English, remember, shut down all the Cougars in order for the first 7 batters, had some trouble in the third inning, gave up 4, and then also gave up 2, was finally able to get the third out in the 4th inning before they went to Frankie Fabian, who's just been masterful for these last 3 innings. He's one out away from getting through 3 innings here. We do have a couple of other relievers in the bullpen getting ready for the Renegades. Fabian delivers a 1-0 pitch, sent down the line, and a funky hop right there, was able to get by. And now we've got a nice relay and a fantastic way to track the ball down for Luke Mann, limiting Malagon to just a single. Now you've got the Taft High product, Andrew Sherrill, coming up. Sherrill etching somebody's initials in the dirt before he goes up there in his traditional stretch and squat. Now he's up there wearing number 28, the former Taft Wildcat. Fabian delivers in the dirt.
Man, again, great job by the catcher.
Yeah, Oliet doing a fantastic job back there. Now Malagon leads off first, 1-0 count to Sherrill. Sherrill's 0 for 3, but he's got an RBI. Struck out looking in the first inning. And again, got a crowd here from Taft watching him over to my left. Again, open stance for Sherrill. Sherrill digs in, grounds it over to Reynolds. Reynolds going to get it right over there to Martin, and we're going to end the inning. And it's time to stretch here at Jerry Collis Field. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. Renegades trying to cut into this 4-run lead, 6-2 Cougars. All right, bottom of the 7th inning, Renegades down 6-2. Now we've got Dodgy Salcido that's leading off the inning for the Renegades. New pitcher for the Cougars is Anthony Estrada, the lefty, comes in, and first pitch, Dodgy attempts a bunt, fouls it straight back. Evan Stanfield came out of the game. He pitched 6 innings, had 6 strikeouts, was able to only scatter a couple of runs on 6 hits for the Renegades. And that one's going to go right into Dodgy's back, and he just gave him the back. And I tell you, Kenny, you're probably fortunate that you got out of baseball early, because not only do you get hit like that in games, but that's something we practice too. You would think, do they practice getting hit? Yes, we do.
You do.
We do. Now, it's not like we're throwing it hard.
Right,
but
right.
you got to know how to turn your back on something like that.
Hey, and I've been waiting to use in the words of the late, great Bob Uecker, just a bit inside.
Just a bit inside.
He's one of my favorite baseball voices.
Oh, man,
of all
God
time,
rest his
man.
soul. We just
soul.
lost him. He was 90-something years old. He was just a mensch out there. And, Bobble, and it's going to get at least a runner over. It would have been a possible double play as Jordan Brito grounded out to shortstop Isaiah Dominguez. Now we're going to have Nick Martin. And Nick Martin, he's got a little bit of grass stain on him because he made a heck of a diving play that you're still buzzing about.
That was play of the game so far for me. You know, the way that he was able to cut that off and get that throw.
Ball hit up the middle. Dominguez is there. Gets the runner over.
Keep moving.
So now you've got 2 outs.
I like it.
And Dodgy Salcido over at third. But now you got, again, the heart of your lineup coming up here with Isaac Torres.
Hey, if you're going to bet on anybody, bet on number 23. I heard you got to be good to get that number.
23 red, right?
Yep.
On the roulette too, is it red?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There you go. So we're not going to be like Wesley Snipes and bet on black.
Well, hey, let's not get started talking about Vegas now. Hey, I'm trying to stay in good standings this season.
So we got quickly a 2-0 count here to Torres as Estrada probably knows he's got to stay a little bit away from Torres and do some weak contact here. But he's in a situation where Torres is going to get a good pitch to hit right here down on 2-0. Ball inside, gets away.
There we go.
And there we got Dodgy Salcido's going to score.
Yes.
On a pass ball right there. I don't think that's going to be a wild pitch. That's on the catcher right there.
Yeah, because it went right through his legs,
Yeah,
right?
it did. Yeah, typically if it's within, they'll call it a wild pitch if it hits before the plate, but if it gets past the plate and if it's within that rectangle that's painted in there, then that's going to be a pass ball.
Yeah.
So now strike number 1 as we get the 3-1 count.
And I'm positioned directly behind the catcher. I saw that ball bounce right between his feet.
To the wickets is what they would say. Foul ball. Now we've got a full count with 2 outs. Torres trying to keep this alive as Renegades scratch and claw. They're down now 6-3. Trying to cut into this lead as much as he can. Renegades would love to be able to tack on another run here. Good part of their lineup to be able to do so.
Oh, yes.
Ball 4. So, again, this 2-out magic right here, hopefully for the Renegades. We got big number 44, Liam O'Reilly, striding to the plate.
Oh. I mean, hey, O'Reilly started off hot. He's cooled off a bit. Let's see if he can get back on track. With the 44 on, looking like ED in that red and white. Eric Davis was one of my favorite baseball players as a kid growing up.
Eric Davis had, to me, back in the day, this is when people used to have posters on the wall. Remember that?
Yep, I definitely had
posters on the wall. So Eric Davis had probably, I would say, a top 5 most iconic posters in sports history, at least in my opinion.
I agree.
As
I had
strike 2 to Liam O'Reilly. It was straight up. He was in a suit. It was a red and black suit, and he was sitting on a big gun, and it said 44 Magnum.
Yep.
It was a fantastic poster.
You see, as I look at the jersey, he's the first name that comes to mind. He's one of the most famous 44s in baseball.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson, Eric Davis. I mean, these guys are iconic.
I wanted to ask Mr. Sawyer some Reggie Jackson questions.
Oh,
but
man.
Man, we just didn't have enough time.
Yeah,
with it, man.
you only so much time.
We didn't even talk about any of Kobe's personal baseball accomplishments.
No, I mean, he won a game in the World Series against San Francisco Giants. We've got Liam O'Reilly fouls it off, heads up over there.
But again, that's the importance of highlighting what we do. We don't get enough time with these people to talk about how many amazing things they've done. We're trying to squeeze all of that into a 45-minute show.
Stolen base right there for Isaac Torres on ball 3. I wonder if that was actually a design steal right there, because I was thinking maybe he thought it was 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs when you go automatically like it is right now. And then Liam O'Reilly
I got this one,
right
guys.
here.
Oh, my headphones. If I didn't have my headphones on, I had it, guys. My headphones stopped me from catching it. I almost had that one. Dang. I almost had that one, EJG.
So full count, 2 outs to Liam O'Reilly, and O'Reilly sends it sky high in the center field.
Oh, let's get a blooper.
This is in no man's land right here. Isaiah Dominguez is over, and he's able to haul it in. But the Renegades get a run. They cut the lead to 3, 6-3 Renegades as we head to the 8th inning.
Hey.
Life's better when you're a member of Valley Strong Credit Union. Because footing the bill's hard, but getting points makes it easy. And going to the pharmacy's a pain. But saving on your prescriptions is a relief. And unexpected bills are hard. But getting your paycheck direct deposited early makes it easier. When life moves, keeping up is easy with Valley Strong's new checking benefits.
Top of the 8th here at Jerry Collis Field. Renegades down 6-3. We're going to have number 21, Evan Jaquez, leading off for the Cougars.
You know what's so funny about that pop foul ball that came over here? I was so intent on trying to get it, I almost pulled the whole board off the table just to make a play. I had to remind myself that I'm not making plays anymore.
You're calling plays.
I'm calling plays. I'm telling you, I almost pulled everything down.
So I'll tell you what, Frankie Fabian is at least the story of the day right now for this Renegade pitching staff. He's come in, he's pitched 3 shutout innings, and he's staying in there for a 4th. He's got a quick 1-2 count right now on Evan Jaquez. You got to think, maybe is Evan Jaquez, maybe is he a relative of Jaime Jaquez?
Man, somewhere down the line.
Maybe so. Curveball.
Oh,
singled
nice
up the middle.
hit. Just a bit out of position at short.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those where you just got to give it up to for Jaquez.
Yeah, great placement, huh?
Being able to sit back on that curveball and drive it up the middle as we got now. Reed Farrell, number 33, the second baseman for the Cougars.
You see Jaquez being very aggressive here.
Jaquez is going. And now we've got a foul ball, and I tell you what, that was a hit and run right in that situation because that ball probably would have hit Farrell, but he swung and missed.
I was thinking the same thing. It looked like it hit him as he swung.
And that's a strike, but in that situation, the coach is probably going to go back and tell Farrell, like, all you got to do is turn your shoulder right there, and you get hit. Now we've got 2 runners on.
Yeah, because I actually thought that he got hit prior to the swing. Nonetheless.
Pickoff attempt. Jaquez gets back. I tell you what, looking over at that scoreboard, Kenny, I know that there's no way, shape, or form the same scoreboard over at Memorial Stadium was the same scoreboard that you played with.
Right. So it's time
but
for an
this
upgrade,
is
right?
the same scoreboard that I used to look at, and that was about 4 or 5 years old when I was here.
So
we're talking 30 years.
That brings up a great point because one of the things that I wanted to joke with that I didn't get to about with Kobe is I think we need a Kobe Lewis statue out here, and I think the way he gets his statue is if he helps us get a new scoreboard. Shoot, all he got to do is tell the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, let's sign something real quick.
All right.
You know?
Then we can let the Rangers know, look, this is the deal. We'll send you a couple of these prime baseball players that come from this Kern River Valley.
That's right.
And then we'll be even.
So Colby, if you're listening to the replay on this, because I know you're not listening to this live, he's hosting a party at the house. Happy birthday to his sister-in-law, by the way, turning 40. Welcome to the 40 Club.
All right.
Strike 3, swung and miss, and throw down to from Uliet down to first, and Jaquez is back in safe for another strikeout for Fabian.
Hey, I always think Renegade Rob, we're pretty cool. We get a pretty cool job in this experience that we have, man. But, man, we got some pretty dang cool friends, man. Look at them people we surround ourselves with.
Yeah, again, our guests today were fantastic. I got a text I want to share with you from Ron Valeni, our first guest
Beautiful.
Of the day, who
yeah,
was
I
right,
fun with Ron.
by the way, right on time, as usual. You wouldn't expect anything less from Ron Valeni. I didn't get a chance to ask him, but I'll tell you a little bit about this after this pitch. It's called Inside Ball 1. So Ron's wife, Mary, and my mother worked together at Highland High School.
Wow, Ms. Chavez, shout out to Mom.
Long time ago. And Mary at the time was Mary Naka. She's now Mary Valeni. She's a fantastic educator, by the way. As runner goes, Jaquez is going to have to come back, though, as a foul sent back into the dugout. So anyway, as And
Sounds
the
like
the Valenti's, had were fantastic hosts. You heard him talk about the story off the air about him making Coach Dameron gnocchi, right?
The gnocchi. That's one of my favorite dishes to make as well.
Fantastic. I love it. So he's a good host, and they had, a Christmas gathering over there for some of the coworkers over there. As runner goes again up the line, and that's going to be a close play, and he's going to be out. Great play right there by Dodgy Salcido.
Wow. That was an amazing play because I just was sure that he was safe. And I'm surprised.
And he's still, Isaiah Dominguez is still over there. And somebody let him know that there is no replay at the JUCO level.
You can tell by the hands on the hip that he disagrees with that call.
Yeah.
But, hey.
So I go back to that story, and, they are hosting. And again, Coach Valenti, or I call him Coach Valenti, Ron. What we didn't talk about was his career as a head coach over at Highland High School as well, too. Had some fantastic athletes over there. Talked about Rob Amble, who played in the minor leagues, was BHS head coach.
I was about to say, I remember Coach Amble.
Coached over at Liberty. But he also had your man, Kevin Keys, as well, too.
Keys.
Coach Keys was also a player in the program for Coach Valenti. And all those guys will talk about how discipline was instilled by Coach Valenti. But going back to that story, Coach Valenti has my dad there at this Christmas gathering over at the house. And, he remembers playing, coaching against my dad in the late 70s.
Wow.
And my dad, was just talking about this game in which he had a pretty decent game. And Coach Valenti stops him in the middle of the conversation as Fabian's pitch is sent over to Nick Martin, and Martin is able to flag that down and get the third out of the inning. But we'll end the story here and then we'll go to a break. But Coach Valenti said, well, wait a minute. Let's go downstairs really quick. And they had a basement. They went down to this basement, and he has every score sheet from every game he's ever coached in.
Wow.
And I should have asked him if he still is holding on to these records, because not only is he a fantastic baseball man, he's a fantastic baseball historian.
Yeah,
this
that's
guy's
amazing.
got things, because his dad was also a military baseball player
Gotcha.
from in the 40s.
Wow.
And he's got pictures of that. He's got baseballs. He's got his dad's old glove from
Man.
the 30s and 40s. And he went back and he pulled out this score sheet from 1979. He said, okay, well, let's look to see how you did. Okay, Chavez. Yeah, you batted sixth that day.
Wow.
You did have a double
wow.
in that game. And my dad just like,
wow. Blown
you
away.
still have this.
This is crazy.
And this happened to probably maybe about 25 years ago.
Wow.
And, so shout out to Ron Valenti. We'll stay right here.
Hey,
we'll
so
keep it going through the
Renegade
break.
Rob,
Yeah.
that gives me goosebumps, and it also makes me feel a lot better for all of the crap I got in my office, because I keep all of our stat stuff that we print. Some of that stuff I still have.
Tell me the missus is like, do you really need this?
Man, I'm telling you, she tries to throw stuff away, and I have to let her know, hey, that's not trash. What are you doing? Hey, don't even go in this room anymore. She can't even step in my office, because she'll start cleaning up, and all of a sudden I'm missing some heirlooms from 2 decades ago. But as you say that, it's unique how we as sports minds love keeping that information and going back.
Right.
Our programs. That's why we were so upset in moments when we don't
Right.
have our programs, because
Yeah.
we go back and review the programs as we're watching these players.
Historic. Yeah, they get to the
Later
league, they
down
get
the
to
line.
Division I.
And we
Yeah.
go back like, oh, I remember we played him. Yeah, this was the game that we did here. So to hear somebody else have a legendary room makes me feel that much better.
On the next episode of Hoarders.
He was a Hall of Famer 30 years ago.
Mrs. Calvin is trying to talk to her husband about getting rid of things.
Oh, my goodness. I am, man. I got some stuff.
We got a new pitcher on the mound as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Renegades down 6-3. Tyler Jackson is up on the mound, and I love seeing the number 10 up there. That was my number. back in the day. Tyler Jackson out of Thousand Oaks High, 6 foot 195. Shout out to Thousand Oaks High, RJ's godfather, Chris Hagan, another former Highland High coach and East High coach as well too.
Nice.
Went to Thousand Oaks High, followed up by, after that, went to Oxnard Junior College and Chico State.
Wow.
He was at Chico with Johnny
With Trav?
Rose.
Oh, with Johnny Rose. Okay.
Yeah, so ball down the line. This is going to be, foul ball, just foul. That
about
would
the
have been a triple for sure for Trent Martin.
Got to admire the hustle by that outfielder there as he tried to get to that one.
Yeah, out there patrolling right field is Friend.
Friends. How many of us have them?
And I tell you what, I got to admire the fact that Tyler's out there with that ball cap on, but he's got those nice braids as well too. He's not going to let the baseball hat take away from his shine. So here we go. Martin down 1-2. Martin sends it to the right side. Going to be picked up by second baseman Reed Farrell, who's going to throw him out, and that's one down in the bottom of the 8th. And the Renegades are just trying to be able to put a couple across to be able to give them a chance to win it in the 9th. So Luke Mann, guys, made a couple of great plays so far today to be able to cut a double down to a single and prevent a run from scoring back in the 6th inning for the Cougars. But Mann is also 2 for 3, so about the only one with a real live bat in this lineup so far today.
Woo!
Inside, nearly hit him, 2-0
And that's
from Jackson.
And this, I have a question for you, Renegade
Yeah.
Rob. When a pitch like that is so far inside, and you have that shoulder right there, are you penalized if you lean in a little bit?
No. As long as you're trying to avoid, just like that.
Gotcha.
You got to show that you're making an attempt to avoid. Now, if your elbow or your shoulder leans out over the plate, then the umpire has a chance to be able to say, no
Got
pitch,
you.
and we get you right back in.
And that's exactly why I asked, because that was very close.
Mm-hmm. And Jackson,
Yes.
oh, wow.
Oh!
That ball would look like it was up and out,
Wow.
but they called that. 3-1.
But, hey, we've said he's been consistent on how he's calling that plate because he's called those outside pitches strikes all day.
Hey.
That was well outside of the plate. It's almost outside of the white line. And that's
Right up
how
the
you make
middle.
them pay.
There you go.
That's how you make the ump pay right there. You send it right back
Luke
to
Mann, 3 for 4 today. Who's the man with the master plan?
Who's the man with the master plan?
Number 6, the left fielder, Luke Mann is. So here we go. Number 12, Trent Hernandez, the first baseman today, 1 for 3. Steps up, 1 out for the Renegades. Bottom of the 8th.
That was a nice pitch.
Nice breaking pitch. Dives in at that last moment. Good movement right there by Tyler Jackson. Mann leads off first.
Whoa.
Ball inside.
That was low.
A little close as well, too, on that inside part. You know, one thing that you'll see a lot in club baseball, high school baseball that has not quite made its way here to Bakersfield College are calling out numbers instead of signs.
Yeah, yep. Because at the Driller game the other day,
115.
Coach G, 535, 535.
Yeah.
And the whole dugout will say it.
Yep. This is old school baseball right here. Coach Martinez down over there. He's doing it right here, old school style. Indicators, signs, taps. 1-2 pitch, fouled back.
And that's an important highlight that you're referencing, because the sounds of the game.
Right.
You know, it's just certain things that you hear in certain arenas that bring you home.
Jackson delivers. Ball outside, way
Just
outside.
a bit outside.
That's what you were waiting for. Yeah, just a bit outside. So we got some club soccer. Well, talking about club sports, look at club soccer. And within a year, they're going to have a lot. It's going to look a lot different over there. As we got a called strike 3 on Trenton Hernandez. We got 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
That was a nice pitch.
Reynolds was, Hudson was asking. Hudson Reynolds was asking Hernandez, hey, what'd you see up there? He goes, terrible call, probably. Yeah, it goes back to when you said he's being consistent. Shout out to my guy Gary Sherman, my assistant coach when I was at East High. Somebody had said that one time. And he goes, yeah, but you know what, Sherm, he's being consistent. He's like, yeah, consistently terrible.
Hey, I didn't say it.
You didn't say it. Remember, new year, new you.
Man, I told y'all last year I went to therapy for how I was talking to the refs.
Base hit for Hudson Reynolds. Bakersfield High product right there with the base hit.
Driller boys. Yeah, man, I told y'all last season before last football season, I spent all summer of 2024 in therapy for how I talked to the officials in all of 2023.
Turning over a new leaf.
Turning over a new leaf. All it takes is a few visits to the office to talk to Reggie, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, we know you got passion for the game, but let's take it easy on the refs.
Oh, dodgy Salcido going way back. It's at the wall. It's gone! Dodgy Salcido with a 3-run home run, and he ties up this ball game.
Yes! 3-run banger from Dodgy, and that's what we've been waiting on all day, all the way to right field.
And again, Dodgy Salcido started off the game, and again, young guys, young players listening to this. Dodgy made an error in the first inning. Then he bunted a ball back right to the pitcher in that next inning. And guess what?
Wow.
He comes up in the 8th inning and is able to hit a 3-run bomb. What an amazing hit right there.
Wow. Amazing shot. Pitch right where he wanted it. Eyes stayed down. And you got to have some power to get that to opposite field, partner. That's 350 yards out there.
350. Uh-oh. We've got an umpire.
Uh-oh.
So what happened is that you had a fan come down and say you need to challenge this because they didn't think that Dodgy Salcido touched home plate as he came across. And so what the pitcher did was he threw it back over to the catcher to be able to step on the plate to see if they were going to be able to sneak an out right there. And so the umpire took quick control of this game right there and told the coach, hey, look, don't be yelling at me from the dugout. Come and talk to me. You know, we're partners out here.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
So, wow.
Great control by the ump. Shout out to the ump.
Fantastic at-bat right there by Dodgy Salcido. I'll tell you what, that was on first pitch.
Yes.
So, again, RJ said it earlier. What do we do on that in that 9-hole? We're trying to be able to put the bat on the ball, put it in play. But, again, when you got a guy like Tyler Jackson who's throwing low 90s, well, all we got to do is be able to put the bat on the ball as Jordan Brito flies over to Andrew Sherrill at third base, and that does it for the 8th inning. But we got some fireworks here at Jerry Collis Field. The Renegades tie the ball game up, and Frankie Fabian is going to come out and pitch the top of the 9th inning. And you know what? We might as well keep it right here.
Yeah, and Renegade Rob, we talked about the beauty of baseball. You could be playing horrible for 3 innings straight and get one stick on the bat, and it's a tie game. Like we had maybe 3 lackluster innings at bat, and all it takes is one swing. Beautiful work.
So, Frankie Fabian, I'll tell you what, when you're out there in relief like this, you know, I played with a guy by the name of Bobby Benavidez. Bobby Benavidez is out of Arvin as well, too. Shout out to the Bears again.
Right, right.
So Bobby Benavidez started out as a reliever as well, too. Kind of like Frankie Fabian here. And Bobby was kind of like the long relief man. He wasn't – I mean, you had to be a really standout pitcher to be able to break through when you had guys like Blake McGinley and Colby Lewis, and then after that, Philip Dumatrate, Jake Woods. These guys were your starters, right?
Right.
So Bobby, if one of those guys got into trouble, Bobby used to have to come in and he have to fill in for 3 or 4 innings, especially if you're down quite a bit. Well, Bobby had a game in which the Renegades came back too, and Bobby came in and threw 6 shutout innings, got the win, and was fired up. I mean, Bobby was about all of 5'11" and about 150 pounds. He was a string bean, right?
Right.
And from that point on, he was a starter. This is how he earned his way.
That was his
That was his moment. And Bobby, after that, was so fantastic. And, again, a friend of Louis Salas as well, too. Again, shout out to the Bears. Real good connection, Bears and Renegades.
Absolutely. As we see a couple of our driller coaches head out, Curtis Cade. I didn't barely recognized him. His son is
Curtis
pitching
Cade.
over. Wyatt Cade and Hunter Cade over there in driller land.
Yeah, his son was a freshman pitcher on that section championship team and came through clutch for the Drillers. I remember when Mario was talking to me about it. He's like, you got to see this Cade kid, man. I'll tell you what, doesn't throw the ball real hard, but he throws strikes. He's able to get outs.
Right.
So 1-2 count here for Frankie Fabian as he's working against Alex Friend. We get to the top of the lineup here in the top of the ninth for the Cougars. Nice off-speed pitch right there for Fabian. Friend barely gets any piece of the bat on that. So we still got a 1-2 count.
But here's where it's all or put up or shut up time, partner. We got to get him up and out.
Yeah, right here, Frankie Fabian, he's probably told that, hey, you get a runner on, and that's going to be right over to Nick Martin. Nick Martin's going to be parked underneath that. That's one out. Usually in this situation, you're saying, hey, look, young man, if there's a runner that gets to second base, we're coming to get you. And you got Caleb Pinedo, who's up in the bullpen, again, the hard-throwing 5'7" closer.
Wow.
And they just put in a guy, Billy Wagner, who went all of 5'8" into the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame. Reminds me a lot of Caleb Pinedo. Tell you, and they came into the season when I was talking to them. Pinedo, they really didn't have a closer, and Pinedo's just kind of stepped up. He's got 6 saves on the year.
Oh.
Jung Joon Lee, who's been the one-man wrecking crew.
He almost got hit again, partner.
Yeah. Fabian is the only one who's gotten him out today, but he is 2 for 4 with a couple doubles and 5 RBI.
That's
another strike
pitch,
right there.
and that was outside as well. But, again, like we said, that's the one thing about this umpire. He made the zone that he wanted today, but he stayed there. And I can respect that.
2-1 pitch. Lee
make a play.
Flies up. Nick Martin's coming from nowhere. What a great play.
Great communication
wow.
as well.
And, again, that just goes to show you they still teach pop fly priorities here at Jerry Collins Field, because I'll show you a diagram one of these days. The diagram for a second baseman is a big oval.
Gotcha.
And when you've got an angle like that, and you can tell your big first baseman, hey, I got this, buddy, you're going to come out of nowhere to be able to catch that.
Wow, great communication.
Jose Mariano steps up. And I tell you what, the Renegades have done a good job of shutting down Mariano so far today between Aiden English and Frankie Fabian. Mariano came in today with a hot bat. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of punch-outs. 1-0 pitch. Ball in the dirt.
He's finished some games for his team in recent weeks, so let's not pump him up.
Yeah.
This
but
kid can play.
What I will tell you, though, is that looking at, who's on deck, in Frankie Malagon. You really don't have a whole lot of holes in this lineup here for the Cougars. So you're just trying to induce, again, weak contact.
Oh,
Ball
and that's
up
going
and
to
in.
go.
Heads up, heads up, heads up.
Oh,
Whoa.
and he was not looking.
My goodness, little guy.
Woo.
Mom got out of the way.
Wow.
She knew. Self-preservation, little man.
Man, shout out to little man. He's still rocking our Renegade jerseys.
Yeah, the
we gave away.
76 in honor of the 76 team.
Right.
2-1 pitch to Mariano. He's going to
Oh.
send this to deep right center field. Jordan Brito back. He's at the fence.
Yeah!
And he with the great catch in the outfield to get the third out. That was a lot of ground covered by Jordan Brito.
Wow.
We're going to go to the bottom of the ninth, and we've got a tie ball game, 6-6. We're going to take a quick timeout and be right back for the bottom of the ninth. All right, bottom of the ninth here at Jerry Collins Field. Rob Chavez alongside the Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin. And we're seeing an instant classic here.
Oh, man, and I don't know who's DJing, but they rocking it right now
That's
with
Steve
the late
Lynch.
80s.
That's your man, Steve
Man,
Lynch.
my man, big
our
bro,
statistician, former sports writer. And we got Nick Martin, the right man.
Good eye, young man.
Nick has made a couple of great plays today. One up the middle to be able to take a base hit away, and another one in foul territory in the top of the ninth inning. Diving in foul territory. Ball
again.
Called strike on the outside corner.
Way
And this
outside.
is a new pitcher for the Cougars, Kyler Freud. Kyler was the losing pitcher, the starting pitcher for Canyons on Tuesday here. So we'll see if the Renegades are able to take advantage of having a guy that they had already beaten earlier this week get a couple runs across, or at least one run across to be able to walk this game off. So we got a 1-2 pitch after that foul ball by Nick Martin on the last pitch. Freud delivers. Changeup, fouled straight back.
I like him taking that pitch, though.
Yeah, he's kept his hands back right there because he was thinking fastball, but he got a changeup. He just kept his hands back. We're able to foul it off. Well, bottom of the ninth, 6-6 tie ball game. Renegades, the College of the Canyons Cougars. 1-2 count. Freud delivers up high. Evens the count at 2.
Good eye, good eye. Gotta love the way that the Renegades have battled back after some subpar innings.
Right.
Have a chance to win the game on your stick.
There you go, Martin.
There
Right
it
up the
is.
middle, slow ground ball.
Get that funny bounce. Ooh.
Got him by a step right there. So we get the first out of the bottom of the ninth, and now we've got Isaac Torres stepping up, and here comes the heart of the lineup. And again, the message in the dugout has got to be to your hitters, hey, look, remember, we just got to get one across. So we got to get base runners on.
All right. That's why I like the decision to try to bunt early.
Ball up and out. 1-0 count to Torres. Playing no doubles defense in the outfield, so the outfield is playing deep. First baseman playing off the line. So in this situation, Kenny, like you were saying, when you play off the line right here, Torres has got to be thinking, if I get a pitch on the outside part of the plate, I want to go with it and go right down the right field line, right there. But that was up. But it was up.
Got you.
You're going to take that. Now it's 3-0 count. And again, in this situation, I wouldn't be surprised if Torres 100% taking this pitch, not swinging whatsoever. Yep, and there it was. Ball 4, so we got the winning run on, and we got Liam O'Reilly stepping up to the plate. Torres has a little bit of wheels over there at first base too, so if there's a ball in the dirt, I'd imagine Torres is probably going to try to sneak a bag.
Hey, man, if you're going to have a player on that's the winning run, he's probably going to have on a jersey number 23.
That's right.
He's being aggressive right now, too, just as you stated, partner.
Got a new catcher as well in the game for the Renegades, and that's Trent Martin. Trent's in for Ben Oliot. Coach Townsend in the on-deck circle giving him a couple of words. We got a pickoff attempt to first. Slow pickoff attempt. 1-0 count to Liam O'Reilly. One of these Renegades has an opportunity to play the hero today.
Man, and I love what right field or left field's looking like.
Big line down there.
Oh, and you got that inside pitch right there, partner. That could have been a nice opportunity if it wasn't low.
So this is 6 straight balls for Freud. And now Liam O'Reilly, if you're the batter, and I can tell RJ this too, if I'm the batter right over here, if I get one spot, I'm swinging big time. Fastball down the middle. Pickoff attempt.
Got the base runner in his head right now. It's definitely a great time to swing.
Yeah, and he knows he's got to be able to deliver a strike right here, because you do not want to walk this guy and put the winning run on second in scoring position. Delivers. Ball outside. Again, now Liam O'Reilly might as well just set the bat down. Probably not going to swing at all in this pitch unless this thing is on a tee.
Right, a perfect
I mean, this
down
thing's
the
got
middle, right?
It's got to be a perfect pitch, because all it would take was one pitch to get out of this inning with a double play. O'Reilly takes.
Oh,
and
that was the take that you said.
Yeah, it was a take, but it was a strike. Probably not his pitch anyway. So here we go, 3-1. And again, probably going to be very cautious. Has to be a really good pitch right here to be swinging. And that ball's in the dirt. So now we got the winning run on second base. And we got the new catcher, Trent Martin, coming into the game.
With just one out.
For the Renegades, only one out. And the only thing that Trent Martin's trying not to do right here is ground the ball into a double play.
Right.
I mean, you'd rather strike out in this situation rather than ground into a double play. So Trent Martin is a freshman out of Bakersfield, BCHS. He's actually class of 22.
Oh, he had that other BHS.
Yes.
Yep.
We've got.
Shout out to the Eagles.
So we've got
my nephew Peter Maglieri, the son of our equipment guru.
Maglieri. So we've got a new center fielder coming in for Hunter Asang is number 6, Sutton Simonian.
All right, so a cold glove in the middle.
That's right. Yeah, probably hasn't even stretched out.
Right.
Yeah, Sutton Simonian is out of Santa Clarita High. A lot of Valencia high school kids on this ball club. Might as well be an alumni game for Valencia High. Here we go. Martin. Right up the middle. Base hit. Probably going to, he's going to hold. Simonian's throw was wide either way, but great piece of hitting right there. And I'll tell you what, Trent Martin was sitting on one pitch and one pitch only, and that was a fastball, and he got it. So here we go. Number 6, the man. He's been.
Who's the man?
And now we've got a conference here. So again, here's what Coach Townsend's saying. If you're a head coach right over here, okay, remember, we want to be able to make sure that we're putting the ball in play, but we're not going to hit into a double play.
Right.
Okay.
So
you're trying to elevate this ball.
That's you took
So
the words right out of
what
my mouth.
you want to do is be able to get this pitch, send it in the outfield in some way. That's the whole key. I want this ball into the outfield, and I want to give my guy the opportunity to score from third. Now, if I'm Coach Townsend, if Isaac Torres is the fastest guy in this situation, I keep him there. If I've got a guy on my bench that's even faster
Bench runner?
than Isaac Torres, I'm doing it right now.
Right.
But apparently Isaac Torres has got the wheels enough. Now, again, what you're going to see, and I'm not quite too confident that you've got, if I'm the Cougars head coach, why I would be having Jung Soon Lee back there, or Jung Jun Lee,
Right.
playing as deep as he is. Because I don't believe at that depth right there is he going to be able to throw out.
Right.
Either way, Torres is going on a fly ball to the outfield. His first pitch was a strike, 0-1. 1 out. Ball in the dirt. Great block right there by Mulligan because, again, Mulligan, if he lets that ball get behind him, Isaac Torres is scoring the winning run. So,
Right, and you can see the stress building up as you get that last pitch in the dirt.
so get ready. You get to get your camera ready too, Kenny, for its walk-off. Here it is.
There it is.
Here it is. So he's going to be a play at the plate, and this is going to be a game winner for the Renegades. A walk-off sacrifice fly for Luke Mann, and he gets the Gatorade treatment. And you could not have had a better day for Luke Mann. I'll tell you what, we got to be able to get Luke Mann as well, too, after this game because he had a heck of a ball game. Final score here from Jerry Collins Field, 7-6 Renegades. They get the sweep over the College of the Canyons Cougars. They improved their record.
All right, EJG.
They improved their record to 14-12, 2 games over 500, and they are streaking right now. So we are going to wrap this up. We've had a long day. Kenny, I've appreciated this whole time that we've had around here. Julian, I appreciate your work up here as well, too. Everybody that's worked on this crew so far today to be able to bring us 5.5 hours of content today. It's been amazing. It's been my privilege, and I know it's been yours as well.
Absolutely, partner. I mean, I laughed about how lucky we are in our Renegade experience. How lucky are we to have a pregame show like we had, finalized with a walk-off sacrifice fly in the wind, man. That was beautiful.
So we're going to hopefully try to get down to the field and at least get on our own Instagrams to be able to interview Luke Mann. But final score here, 7-6 Renegades. Signing off here, Rob Chavez, for Kenny Calvin, for Julian Wilson, and the Renegade crew. Wish you all a very happy weekend. God bless you all.
Go Gates!